What's up, everybody? We got Gears of War E-Day. Finally, a Gears of War, right? And not just a Gears of War. That might not mean a lot to some people. It meant a lot to me. I thought that was really awesome that they did that. And after some time of the announcement and thinking and talking with my friends about it and whatnot, looking on the internet, seeing all these kinds of things, and I got one checkbox, one thing that I need them to do right with this game, and that is it. I'm setting the bar low. Some people might not like that, but I got one checkbox for this game, and that is all I need. One thing for them to get right, and that is the story, the campaign. I need them to get that right. I don't care about the other stuff. Some of y'all might disagree, major disagreement. Personally, they can get the other stuff right with what is my prediction that I'll tell y'all later. But with Gears of War E-Day, this is the foundation of the franchise they're making here. Like, that's pretty much all it is. They are going straight to the day one of what the franchise even started on, which is the Locusts, the war on the Locusts. They're going to day one of that. Not to put too much pressure on the game or anything, but if they get this wrong, it's going to be hard to even make a good game after that, a good story after that, because this is where they're laying it all down, the foundation of the story. And I find it like really hard for them to be screwing it up because they have the tools, the resources there to look at and say, okay, you know, this is the lore that's written and everything, so let's just follow it, right? You just follow the lore and it should be a good story. So let's pray, let's hope that Gears of War E-Day doesn't mess up the campaign. I don't know if y'all agree or disagree, let me know down below. But personally, I'm a huge Horde mode guy. When Gears of War 2 came around, I was a huge Horde mode player. And by the way, before I go any further, I just want y'all to know that was my major point of this video, which was really quick. The majority of this video is going to be me rambling and just talking about spitballing ideas and talking about my experience with the Gears of War franchise. But anyways, so yeah, I was a huge Gears of War Horde mode fan. I loved the Horde mode, especially like when Gears 2 hit. Obviously it wasn't in Gears 1, so I did play a lot of multiplayer back then with my oldest brother. I remember we'd be playing split screen and everything. Very good times. I absolutely adored it. But with Gears 2, I started playing with my other brother, my older brother, and loved playing the Horde mode, obsessed, played it all the time. And then Gears of War 3 came out and knocked the Horde mode out of the park. I thought it was perfect. I loved how the Horde mode worked with all the building and everything. There was no classes or anything. I hate the class system in Gears 4 and 5. Absolutely hate it. I tried playing Gears 4 so much for the Horde mode, and it was like if there was one person that was playing as a class that was actually genuinely important and they didn't know what they were doing, you're not getting past like wave 5. It was that bad. In Gears of War 3, it did not matter how many idiots you had on your team. As long as you were smart and you knew how to play, you were good. You were completely fine. You could survive wave 50 all by yourself. In Gears 4, you can't do that. And it's terrible. I hate it. They like turned it into like class hero shooter Horde mode. Like, I just don't like it. I hate it. So anyways, a big part of my point with that is I don't care if Gears of War E-Day even has or doesn't have a Horde mode. I remember Gears of War Judgment came out and it didn't have a Horde mode, and I was very let down by that, but I did enjoy the campaign for the most part. I definitely have to replay it again because I don't remember a lot of the story, but I do remember that I really liked it and that I was just very let down without Horde mode being there, and I didn't really care much for multiplayer anymore. I feel like once Gears of War 3 hit, I kind of fell off the multiplayer track, which I know I'm probably in the minority of, and I want multiplayer to be great in Gears of War because I want there to be a fan base behind the franchise that can enjoy these games. So I do want the multiplayer to be great. I'm not saying I don't care about it. I do. But with Gears of War E-Day, my most important thing is getting that story right. And a big reason why is because of a prediction I have. I have zero reason to think this is going to happen, but I have the prediction, and maybe many of you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. But after Gears of War E-Day comes out, I feel like it's such a good way to do this is Gears of War E-Day comes out, and then they announce a Gears of War collection with Gears of War Judgment, Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. And then they have the full story. They can move from there and take that as like kind of like almost like a soft reboot with Gears of War E-Day and then Judgment 1, 2, and 3 and kind of work from there and push forward. I don't know what they'll do with Gears 4 and 5. Maybe they'll just say forget it, like we're, that's, didn't happen, or it's so far down the timeline that we're not going that far. Whatever. Maybe they'll do something like that where it's just kind of like forgotten in time, and they'll make something after the Gears of War collection that builds off of 3. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure 3 ended the Locust or something. I don't know. So I don't know what they'll do, but my prediction is that Gears of War E-Day is going to come out, and then the Gears of War collection will come out, which is so exciting. And that is why I say just get the story right in Gears of War E-Day. Because if my prediction ends up being correct, and I know that's a big if, but if it ends up being correct, then we don't have to worry as much about the multiplayer and horde mode and stuff being correct or good in Gears of War E-Day, because we'll have the collection of the games where we know it's a known quantity. We know it was good, right? So that just makes all the sense in the world to me. So my biggest worry personally is just the story. And many of you may disagree with this opinion, this thought process, but let me know down below what you think. Because me personally, if I can play Gears of War 3 on my computer or on, the current systems with the boosted FPS and all that good stuff, right? That's all I care about. That's all I care about, because Gears of War 3 had phenomenal horde mode. I honestly can't speak too much on the multiplayer. I enjoyed the campaign. Wasn't my favorite. My favorite, by the way, is Gears of War 2 campaign. Love Gears of War 2's campaign. And that's another one that I want to be able to play on my PC. That would be incredible. Gears of War 1, incredible. Would love to go back to that multiplayer just for the old times, because me and my brother played split screen all the time on that, and it was just, I have so many good memories. Like my oldest brother, he's fairly older than me. He's a good few years older than me, so like he was always hanging with his friends and stuff, and of course I'm the little brother that's like a nuisance to have around, because then he can't say what he wants or do what he wants because his little brother's around. So like that was one of the few very good memories I had that just didn't, like, he wasn't trying to nudge me out of the room or something because he's trying to hang out with his friends. It was just me and him hanging out and playing a game. Now, going to Gears of War E-Day, if I had some extra things that I would like to see, bonuses that I would like to see, and bonuses is literally everything outside of a good campaign. So I'm telling y'all, my bar is low. I'm keeping my bar low because I have not enjoyed, no offense to the talented people at the Coalition, they can do some good things with that Unreal Engine, but they have yet to make a Gears game that I like. If they can nail it with Gears of War E-Day, I'm gonna be so flippin' happy. So some bonus things that I would like to see personally. Gears of War 3 had an amazing system that was, it was in that grindy era of gaming with like Halo Reach and stuff like that, where like it was pretty dang grindy to get the stuff you wanted out of the multiplayer and all that. But some kind of system near the Gears of War 3 system with all the medals and stuff, you can maybe make it a little less grindy, maybe, I don't know. Well, either way, I would really like to see the similar system to Gears of War 3 with the medals, and you can equip the medal you want after you get it to Onyx or something. I mean, you guys that play Gears of War 3 remember that, and it was awesome feeling to get this really difficult medal to Onyx and then just stick it on your tag, and it's like it was kind of like a show off type thing, but it was fun. Like I loved that stuff. And same with the players that you could unlock, like Prescott, that if you had him, like you equipped him and it was like a show off kind of thing. But also I just loved playing as like the thinner characters in that game, so Prescott was a go-to for me. So these are not expected, but things I'd like to see, and that's one of them. And another is unlockable players and all that. No, I know Microsoft is the publisher of all this, so more than likely we're gonna see it, but no microtransaction shops, no battle passes. I'm sick of all that stuff. I want to be able to unlock stuff, you know what I mean? I don't need to see Dominic or Marcus Phoenix wearing freaking cat ears, you know? So I really would like to just see some unlockables and things of that nature, and then we can enjoy the other modes and, you know, grind away and have a purpose to be playing them. And I love having a purpose to be playing them. I'm an RPG fan, huge RPG person, so I always feel like I need some kind of purpose to be playing, which is why I loved grinding out Gears of War 3, because there was the leveling system, and then they added the prestige system, which at first I was like, meh about, but looking back, I loved it because I got some max prestige and everything. I got that little symbol. It's just like all these little cool things to tell, like, hey, I did this, you know? And that, you know, some people may not care about that, but I loved all that stuff. And I love, you know, being able to unlock some things, weapon skins, characters, and to play as, and having the voice lines and all that. I used to love playing as Dizzy. He's just a funny character. And if Gears of War E-Day has Dizzy in it, that would be freaking amazing. But anyways, I'm rambling. As I said I would. Let me know down below what all of you want from Gears of War E-Day. What is your checkbox? What's the thing that's going to get you to be like, okay, yep, they got it. I'm so curious to hear from all of you down below, and I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all on E-Day. Nah, you'll see me before that, but for real, later.